So he's out mowing the lawn. I'm going to. He was referencing Rick kicking in, which is legitimate. I'm going to catch up to where he's going to be by inhalation. I may also dig into Rick a little bit later, but I'm gonna go ahead and cook first. Plus, I'm still a little bit mad at him, and I'm entitled to be mad about what I'm mad about. So I've been having some concerns. Like, I know they're not worried about us right now. Those of us who are using our ancestral common sense, but I wonder what they're going to do to us, like how they're going to go about getting us once they've gotten everybody else. Because they're halfway there. Like, do you think they'll just leave us alone and let us be great in our free thinking, in our ancestral free thinkingness? Or do you think they'll, like, figuratively and perhaps literally hold us down and install us? Or will they only forcefully install those of us who have influence on others? And will they just let the remaining free thinking indigo people just, be great? Because who are they a threat to? Nobody's listening to the truth. We've got everyone colonized, so they're not indigo. So people like me are not a real threat, not because you don't have the capacity to be a threat, but because everyone else is so conditioned that there's no way you can wake that many folks up. So do your thing, girl. I feel like that's where I'm at. They're just letting me speak whatever truth I'm going to speak, because my delivery is uncandy coded, because I expect everybody to have to utilize their ancestral common sense, which obviously, duh. And so I think maybe they just let me do my thing, you know. And if they need me to stop running my mouth, they would just meet my sellout price. Now, when I joke about them meeting my sellout price, but I'm not joking, I'm serious. When I joke about them meeting my sellout price, now when they meet my sellout price, what that will do in my case, it won't have me singing supremacy songs. It won't have me buying into the narratives. But what it will do, and that will be valuable to them, is to stop me from speaking so much truth so much. As long as you're not fucking with people I love, do it. Do it. Swindle, bait and switch every motherfucker in this house. Except for those that I love. But get everybody else. Everybody. But it ain't gonna end well for you. For crossing the ancestors. Particularly if you cross the ancestors directly. Because I don't know. Bitch, I don't know who I am. Well, yes, I do. It was told to me in a dream in my 20s, my late 20s. I am Hapshetsut, and there's nothing that I can do about it. And there's nothing I want to do about it. I love being her. I love being Her Highness because I'm so awesome. I want to say she's so awesome, but I'm her. I don't even think I'm necessarily a reincarnation. I think I'm actually her. And I didn't even know it until they told me. Girl, I just took a hella talk, so the truth is gonna go where it's gonna go right now. Handle it or don't. I know y'all over there like, oh, she's so crazy. But you love it. You love it. And the goddess in you be tapping you on your shoulder, be like, she telling the truth, right? It's the real truth. You can't just come out and share it with your family. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, this lady is over here talking the truth. And then they go look and see what lady you talking about. And they're like, bitch, she crazy and you are too for taking her seriously. That's what they thinking. Because they colonized. They can't help it. They can't help it. Because I'm telling you, eventually, Mister's going to go for that jab shit. I feel it. I feel it coming. He's still team ancestral common sense with me, but I feel it coming. Because I think as his mind, he's a problem solver. And he also doesn't like conflict, but he will present resistance when something is devout of integrity. I love that dude though. He's everything. He is so beautiful to me. Can't you see? He's everything I hope for and everything I need. He's so beautiful to me. You may tell me I did that whole serenade with my cabinet open. I hate when I forget and leave that cabinet open, on camera or off. I do it both ways. I don't know if it made sense to y'all at the time, but if y'all noticed, I was trying to explain to Mr. how I needed to wait to cook if he was going to mow the lawn. But I was approaching it gently because he could have saved that whole tense bullshit to say, I want to go and I want to mow the lawn real quick first before we eat. That would have been the end of that. Okay, but I just want to, I want to, get mowing the lawn in real quick. Okay, cool. I'll wait till you get done and then I'll cook. Cause he still got to take a shower. He got to take a shower afterwards. There's no time for me to cook breakfast and we be ready to eat it. So I knew that was going to turn into a big thing. So when he said, well, I want to see how much time I really got. And that's another thing. I hate when somebody asks me something. I don't care if I love you or not. I hate when you ask me something and I give you the answer and you refute it. Like, why did you even ask me? Because then when I finally say, when I agree with them, then they're going to either get mad, they're going to feel like I'm trying to be funny, or get mad that I actually changed it the way that they thought it should be. Well, what do you want? Why did you present it as a issue if when I corrected the issue, there's a certain community of persons for the blacks who will understand that. Anyway, the bottom line is it's a lose-lose situation for an indigo, because if you tell someone the truth, they cannot deal with it. And if you give them the truth that they claim that they not only can deal with, but they want to hear, once you have given it to them, they resist identically, if not more feverishly, as the person that they accused of not being of being unable to handle said truth. It's like, what the whole entire fuck with the whole lot of you, the whole blot of you. These are truth teller problems. I don't anticipate that most of you will understand, but if anyone will, it's certainly the people of my tribe. And we were talking about having pancakes. You think I can cook pancakes right now? And then you are going to go and mow the whole ass lawn, come inside, be able to wind down and shower and do everything you need to do in preparation to eat? I should water the garden right now while he's out there. So now I gotta wait till this bacon finishes. I could be watering a few things. I just went to several different places, did I not? Yes, I did. That's what a Sesh is about, I guess. I thought I was seeing flames on the stove, and I'm like, I know I don't have any of these eyes in the on position, and it's black lacquer. So I kept seeing what I thought was a reflection of a flame from one of these stove eyes, and I'm looking at them with my bare eye, and I'm like, I don't see any of them on. All of the knobs are in the off position. Why am I seeing a reflection of what appears to be flames? What it turned out to be was a reflection of the television way across yonder. on the black lacquer, so it was just capturing the pixels that were reflected from the TV. I don't even understand what I just said, but anybody that's mechanically inclined will understand what I just said. I don't know what it was. It was too scientific for me. But the goddess in me knew what it was, and she wanted to say that to y'all who would understand it, to explain what I just saw. Because I don't know how to explain it and how it distracted me. You let them fool you, girl. You let them fool you, because cannabis is a direct hotline to the ancestors. And it blocks their ability to colonize your mind. Not only am I an indigo, I'm an indigo on cannabis. So the installation of their programs are not compatible. Too much integrity. There's too much God in there. They can't get in there. You know, they knew I was special in grade school, but they couldn't put their finger on it. I think that people, and adults included, have a misunderstanding of the full spectrum of things that go with an indigo, and I think they recognize that to a certain extent. And so for some of them that are recognized as early as I was, they pull them into special programs and just make a whole test dummy out of them. So I'm glad they didn't do that to me. But really, I think it wouldn't have worked. I was a really mature girl, and I could see myself at a certain point asking them as a teenager, going, like, what is it? What is it that y'all are really studying? And when you learn it, what are you gonna do? What are your intentions of doing with it? You know? And I guarantee that they would not know how to answer that question, honestly. And they would know that I would know that they're not answering the question honestly. Because it's not that they're incapable of it, but they don't have the capacity for it. Between which there's a very fine line of being capable of doing something or having the capacity to do it. Like, it's not even in them to want to be good humans. So I'm not wasting my breath. But it's cute how people like to be patient and explain to people what racism is. Explain to the people that exercise it now. Explaining to them and how it's hurtful. Bitch, that was the point. They didn't exercise racism on your black ass to not be hurtful. And we still are conditioned to believe that if we could just sit them at the table, or even worse, get a seat at the table where we could have the conversation with them. But I'm going to chill because I know that's doom and gloom. And I know that that's the kind of truth that is interpreted as pessimistic and tinfoil hat and conspiracy theory type shit. So I don't do that no more. I don't do it no more. I've had people that agree with me on that. Yeah, this and that. People don't whatever, people don't whatever. And in the next breath, they'll start talking to me about something else that requires them to believe that bullshit. So I'm just like, yeah, it's cool. You sleep too. You sleep too. But I'm gonna request that my tribe send energies of extended protection for us, because I feel like eventually they might get Mr. to participate. Just like I know some of you eventually some of you, a lot of you are gonna get the jab, and some of you already have. I really hope that works out. Most of my family has. They've so much as admitted what they're doing. A long time ago, they admitted to the point where they exemplified themselves from liability before they even did it. And everybody was like, oh, okay, cool. Everybody was like, oh, okay, cool. Here, this one. Maybe this one's better. Nope. Yeah, let's go with our first line. There you go. There you go. While you're at it, keep aiming that laser at my head to take my temperature. I let them point that laser in my head one time when I was visiting someone in the hospital. And then I thought about it. Why is everybody okay with them pointing that laser at your head? And then I look back, did research. I saw certain clips with certain people that all of you are known to trust. That are known to trust now, you know. And my agent saved y'all because I was gonna come out with some truth on y'all ass that y'all probably ain't even ready for. So shout out to my agent, as a matter of fact, because that shit would have ran half of y'all off. The good news is the other half would have been like, I be making people question everything like they told us to do. Remember? Question everything except that and 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 all them other questions you got. Question every fucking thing.
You gonna make pancakes?
Okay. It'll be ready when you got y'all. Well, actually, I'm gonna wait till you get out to make some pancakes.
Robin, she said thanks.
Fuck her. I don't. That's not
But children
that's
are,
not for me. That message is not for me. That's
but
you.
children are doing good.
I didn't ask about.
But she said she really appreciates you getting water and softening the soil.
I did not ask about her children, and I don't care.
Don't shoot the messenger.
And don't expect me to feel nothing if it's a little baby body turning up over there. It don't have to be me to do it. It could be something else that did it. I ain't talking about killing the damn thing. Although that's not a horrible idea. Sick of that bitch and her kid.